Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United's postponed game with Brighton has been rearranged to next month. It will take place on Tuesday the 15th of February and it's a 8:15 kick-off. Manchester United were supposed to be playing Brighton last month on the 18th of December, but the game got postponed because of COVID. Brighton, I do know quite a few of the players they've got. They've got Tariq Lamptey, he's very good. Manchester United went in for him a couple of weeks ago. He said Manchester United valued him at 30 million, but Brighton valued him at 40 million. So reflecting on that, Man United were 10 million short of Brighton's valuation. Tariq Lamptey's been at Brighton for, 2 years now. Before Brighton, he was at Chelsea. Brighton have also got Bissouma, who's good. Manchester United were linked with him a while ago. Leonardo Trossard, he's a very good attacking player. They've got Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck is a former Manchester United player and a former Arsenal player. They've got Neil Maupay, that's good. They have Moises Caicedo. They've got Adam Lallana. Adam Lallana is a former Liverpool and Southampton player. They've got Pascal Gross, Stephen Alzate. They've got Jeremy Sarmiento, if I've pronounced his name correctly, he's a forward. They have Shane Duffy, Adam Webster, Lewis Dunk, very good centre-back. They have Daniel Byrne. They've got Veltman. They've got Solly March. So yeah, they are quite a lot of the players that Brighton have got. Let me put into the equation that they lost Ben White. Ben White went to Arsenal from Brighton. Brighton did receive £50 million for him. And Glenn Murray also left Brighton. Brighton's manager is Graham Potter. He's been Brighton's manager for over 2 years now. He's got a contract with Brighton until 2025. Before Brighton, he managed Swansea, and before then, he managed Östersund. So Manchester United will play 2 games in a week, and so too will Brighton. Now, earlier on today, I gave you the news on Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard's move to Newcastle is on the verge of collapsing because Manchester United are demanding a 15 million loan fee. Earlier on today, he said Ralph Rangnick confirms Jesse Lingard will leave Man United in the summer. On TikTok, Rangnick had a conversation with a fan. Lingard's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Lingard doesn't get in our team, but he has been part of the club for a long time. You know, came up our academy and that. Don't forget the second half of last season, he enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. I have been talking with you a lot about Donny van de Beek in the last few days. Crystal Palace remain in talks with Manchester United to get Donny van de Beek on loan until the end of the season. Fabrizio Romano yesterday night provided us with an update and he said Crystal Palace submitted an offer to sign Donny van de Beek on loan. Manchester United are open to letting Donny van de Beek leave on loan, but any loan move will not include an option to buy, as Manchester United intend on keeping Donny van de Beek for next season. Earlier on this season, it did say that Donny van de Beek is not allowed to leave Manchester United as he did have a bust-up with his agent. You can't blame Van de Beek for wanting to leave though, you know, he didn't get enough opportunities under Solskjaer and he certainly hasn't been given enough opportunities under Ralph Rangnick. Van de Beek's been a Manchester United player for almost 2 years. He's only scored 2 goals for the club. Manchester United got Van de Beek for Ajax. We got him for 40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year and he is versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Martial's obviously left Man United. It recently said that Martial has completed his loan move to Sevilla until the end of the season. Sevilla have not paid a loan fee and there's no option to buy. But Sevilla are paying Martial's full wages until June. Now, it's not long now until the January transfer window closes. It closes in under, 5 days now. Are Manchester United going to make a signing in this January transfer window? Well, we've been linked with a lot of players. Manchester United obviously want a midfielder because when Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. So Boubacar Kamara, you know the news on him. Spanish outlet Marca said the other day that Manchester United are in pole position to sign Marseille midfielder Boubacar Kamara. Marseille want £10 million. Said Boubacar Kamara wants in the region of £150,000 a week if he's to depart Marseille this month. Boubacar Kamara's out of contract at Marseille in the summer. He's been a very long-serving player at Marseille. He's been with them for 17 years. You know, he came up Marseille's academy, joined their academy back in 2005. And since he broke into Marseille's senior squad, he's gone to make over 100 appearances. Predominantly a defensive midfielder, but can also be deployed as a centre-back. Man United have been relentlessly linked with Denis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach. We've also been linked with Amadou Haidara from RB Leipzig earlier on this month. He said RB Leipzig could sell Amadou Haidara for 46 million in this January transfer window. And it said Rangnick is pressing to sign Amadou Haidara this month. Earlier on this month, it said Rangnick verbally agreed a 33 million fee to sign Amadou Haidara. Rangnick knows the player well, which is beneficial. Earlier on this season, Rangnick said he wanted Amadou Haidara as his first signing as Man United manager. Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham have been long-term targets for Man United. And Ruben Neves, Manchester United have been linked with him. I'm hearing now that Arsenal are interested in Ruben Neves. Manchester United have got good players. We've also got inconsistent players as well. Obviously we've got Edison Cavani. He's a good player. Cavani did recently come on in the 1-0 win against West Ham and he got the assist for Rashford's winning goal. There was talk saying that Cavani was offside. Cavani's just come back from injury not so long ago. He had a couple of injuries earlier on this season. Cavani will leave Man United this year. I think he'll leave in the summer. I don't think he'll leave this month because earlier on this season Rangnick revealed that Cavani wants to stay at Man United until the end of the season. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Last year, Cavani was linked with Barcelona and it actually said Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Juventus tried to get him as well and last year Cavani rejected a move to Boca Juniors. We've also got Marcus Rashford. He's had a lot of poor games since he had that operation on his shoulder. And a lot of Man United fans have said, including me, that he hasn't been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. But to Rashford's credit, he's found form recently. He's done well in his last 2 games. Rashford came off the bench and scored the winner against West Ham. And he came off the bench in the 3-1 win against Brentford and scored. Reflecting on that ended Marcus Rashford's 3-month goal drought. Rashford's just come back from a minor leg injury not so long ago. After the win against West Ham, Ralph Rangnick said that Marcus Rashford is one of the top strikers in England. Rashford has 18 months left on his current £200,000 a week deal. Said earlier on this season that Rashford was preparing to open contract talks with Man United. Rashford's made nearly 300 appearances for Man United in all competitions. He's been part of the club for a long time. He's been a United player since the age of 7. Came up our academy. Broke into Man United's senior squad back in 2016. Manchester United have also got Amad Diallo. Haven't had much of a perception on him because he hasn't played that much in the first team. Amad Diallo is going out on loan. Manchester United got Amad Diallo for £37 million with add-ons included. Man United paid £19 million up front. We got Amad Diallo from Atalanta. Manchester United have also got Juan Mata. Juan Mata doesn't get in the team, does he? He lost his place in the team a while ago. Plus he's lost that yard of pace and he's aging up. But despite that, Juan Mata's had a good career at Manchester United. Mata's made, 276 appearances in all competitions and he's scored 51 goals. Mata's been at Manchester United for 8 years. So reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Manchester United got Juan Mata from Chelsea back in 2014, paid £37.1 million for him. Mata will leave Man United this year, by the way. His contract at Man United expires in the summer, because revert back to last year, Man United extended Matt's contract for a further year. Manchester United, of course, have got Jesse Lingard. He's not good enough to represent the club, like I've mentioned on my other videos. In this video, he doesn't get in the team. Manchester United, of course, have got Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is one of our best players, and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Fernandes, of course, played against West Ham recently. I thought he was anonymous against West Ham. I thought Fernandes was far superior in the games against Brentford and Villa in the league, because against Brentford, Fernandes got 2 assists, and in the league game against Villa, he scored both of Manchester United's goals. I think the games against Villa and Brentford are the 2 best games that Fernandes has endured so far this season, because let's be honest, Fernandes has endured a lot of poor games this season. Revert back to the other week, like I updated you, The Athletic said that Bruno Fernandes rejected a contract offer from Man United. He said Bruno Fernandes' contract talks are postponed until the summer, having turned down an offer last year. He said Fernandes wants similar money to the top earners at the club. Fernandes receives £100,000 a week at the moment. Fernandes is under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. He's been a Man United player for 2 years. Got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Manchester United have also got Donny van der Beek. He's a good player, but like I said, I haven't had a great deal of a perception on him because he hasn't been given enough chances. It's best if we offload Van der Beek this month, because if he goes to Palace on loan, I can assure he will get the opportunities he's been demanding at Manchester United. We've also got Anthony Elanga. Now, he looks a very good asset for the first team squad. He's made quite a few first team appearances now. Elanga played against West Ham recently. He was very good against West Ham, kept the ball well, got into good positions, and he was skillful at times. Elanga did very well against Brentford. He scored a good header in that game. That was his first goal of the season. He also did very well in the 2-2 draw against Villa. He had a couple of good chances in that game. Earlier on in the season, there was rumours of Elanga going out on loan to a Championship club. Should we loan him out? Well, if we did loan him out, he would gain more experience, wouldn't he? Because he's still very, very young. He's, 19? Elanga has been part of the club for a long time. He risen up our academy. He joined Manchester United's academy at the age of 12. Revert back towards the end of last year, Elanga committed his future to the club because he signed a long-term contract with Man United. So now he's under contract with Man United until June 2026 as an option of a further year. We have Mason Greenwood. That's a talented player. Greenwood did play against West Ham recently. I thought he did well. Greenwood played in the 3-1 win against Brentford. He scored in that game. In the 2-2 draw against Aston Villa, Greenwood was greedy and he had a lot of chances, but unfortunately he didn't convert them. Earlier on this season, Greenwood had COVID. He said earlier on this season that Greenwood was upset that Ronaldo always starts. And revert back to 2019, Manchester United offered Mason Greenwood a life-changing amount of money for him to leave. But, Greenwood's been part of the club for a long time. He's been a United player since the age of 7, hasn't he? He made his senior debut for Man United back in 2019, and last season he signed a new 4-year contract. Man United, of course, have got the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, earlier on today, I gave you the news on Cristiano Ronaldo. El Nacional said that Cristiano Ronaldo wants Real Madrid return. Before, Ronaldo endured like 9.5 years with Real Madrid. That was before he went to Juventus. Ronaldo has asked his agent Jorge Mendes to find him another club because he's unhappy at Manchester United. Now, it said not so long ago that Ronaldo faces a 25% pay cut should Manchester United fail to qualify for the Champions League. But it said anyway that Ronaldo will leave Man United in the summer if they fail to qualify for the Champions League. Ronaldo did play in the 1-0 win against West Ham. He did well, to be fair. He played a part in Rashford's winning goal and he could have had a penalty in that first half. Ronaldo was furious for being substituted against Brentford the other week, but Ralph Rangnick defended his decision to substitute Ronaldo against Brentford. Ronaldo has had a few injuries since he re-signed for the club. The last injury he had was a minor neck injury and he was actually out for the Palace game. Was it a couple of weeks ago now? Cristiano Ronaldo gave an interview and Ronaldo was very critical of the youngsters. So he's demanding more from the youngsters and he was backing Ralph Rangnick to do a good job at Man United, and Ronaldo also said, I'm not at Man United to compete for 6th or 7th. He said finishing below 3rd is unacceptable. Since Ronaldo re-signed, he's scored 14 goals in all competitions and he's got over 800 goals in his career. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. Ronaldo wears a number 7 shirt and he's got a contract with Man United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. He receives £480,000 a week. Ronaldo's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Manchester United have also got Fred. He's not good enough to represent the club, but there again, Fred has had his good games at Manchester United, especially under Rangnick. Manchester United got Fred a few years ago now from Shakhtar Donetsk, got him for £50 million. Manchester United have also got Scott McTominay. Got to be honest with you, he's been our best performer under Rangnick. McTominay weren't great against West Ham recently, but he was very good in the game against Brentford. McTominay was involved in the build-up to 2 of the goals against Brentford. He missed a 2-2 draw against Villa with suspension, and McTominay was also very good in the cup game against Aston Villa. The only goal that game came from a McTominay header and he got man of the match. McTominay did well against Norwich as well last year away from home. He did well in the 3-1 win against Burnley, scored in that one, and I thought he did well on the opening day against Leeds. He's been part of the club for a long time. Revert back to 2020, McTominay signed a 5-year contract with Man United. Man United have got Matic now, not good enough to represent the club. Matic will be leaving the club, I think, this year. Matic is out of contract at Man United in the summer. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his opportunities. He's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder that Man United have got at the moment. Matic has been at Man United since 2017. Man United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017 for 40 million. Man United have also got Paul Pogba. Pogba injury prone, which is a concern, but I think, Pogba is a good player. He's not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. Pogba's been out of injury for a while. As you all know, Pogba's set to return to action after the international break. Rangnick confirmed that the other week. Pogba will be leaving Man United in the summer. Pogba's out of contract at Man United in the summer. The other month, like I've updated you before, the Sun said that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract. That would have actually made Pogba the highest paid player in Premier League history. But Pogba came out and denied that he'd been offered that contract. The other week, apparently Paul Pogba told Man United he wants to join Real Madrid in the summer, but there again it said PSG was the most likely destination because Pogba not so long ago held talks with PSG. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's played 212 games and scored 38 times since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club. And Man United paid $89 million for him, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive signing at the moment. We've also got Alex Telles. That's a good left back. He's our first choice left back under Rangnick, and I think he's had good games this season. Telles was very good against West Ham recently, very energetic and creative. He's been subjected to transfer speculation before. Do you think he'll leave Man United this year? Manchester United got Telles from Porto back in 2020. Got him in a deal worth $15.4 million with add-ons included. The reason we brought Telles in though was to provide competition for Shaw. Earlier on this season he had an injury. We've also got Luke Shaw, that's a good left back overall. But you know what, Luke Shaw's had a lot of poor games this season. And I'm shocked in that aspect because revert back to last season, he was tremendous. He was probably the best left back in the Premier League last season. Luke Shaw's just recovered, I think, from another injury. He's still got the injury. He had a couple of injuries earlier on this season. He is injury prone, is Shaw, which is a concern. Luke Shaw's been at Manchester United for, 8 years. So reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. We've got quite a few centre-halves. Obviously we've got Harry Maguire now. Harry Maguire, definitely not good enough to represent the club. He's been very poor this season. Just recovered from an injury not so long ago. Earlier on this season he had a calf injury. A lot of people have said it became worse when he recovered from that calf injury. And towards the end of last season he had ligament damage in his ankle, Harry Maguire. Man United are looking to sell him in the summer. Maguire certainly wasn't worth the $80 million that Manchester United paid for him. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and is the second most expensive signing at the club. Maguire has been at Manchester United for over 2 years. Now, we've also got Raphael Varane. Now, I think Varane is a very, very good centre-half. Most of the time when he plays, he seems to make the difference. Varane played well against West Ham recently, and he played very well in the 3-1 win against Brentford. I think they're the best 2 games he's endured since he recovered from that hamstring injury. Varane needs a world-class centre-back alongside him. Doesn't he? Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. Plus, he's got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware Varane won when he was at Real Madrid. Man United got Varane last summer. You know, we got him for 41 million with add-ons included. Man United paid 34 million up front. Varane's got a contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year. We've also got Eric Bailly. He's a good centre-back, Bailly, but he's too injury-prone. The last game Bailly played was the 3-1 win against Burnley, but he actually came off injured in that game. Bailly has been at the African Cup of Nations. Revert back to earlier on this month, Damasio said that Eric Bailly agreed to join AC Milan, and it did say that AC Milan wanted him on loan. We brought Bailly in under Jose Mourinho. We paid £30 million for him from Villarreal. That's back in 2016. So Bailly's been at the club now for over, 5 years. Back in April last year, he signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. We have Victor Lindelof. Lindelof definitely not good enough to represent the club. We need to move him on this year, but I don't think Man United are going to move him on this year. Lindelof missed the game against West Ham due to personal reasons. As you are all aware, his house got robbed. Manchester United got Lindelof from Benfica back in 2017. We got him for £31 million. We've also got Phil Jones. Obviously, Phil Jones doesn't get in the team, does he? But he did play in the game against Wolves, because obviously Maguire picked up an injury. Jones was our best performer against Wolves. It was his first Premier League appearance since January 2020. At one point he was out with an injury for a while. Jones is the only outfield player that's still at Man United since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. He's been a long-serving player at the club. This season is his 11th season at Man United. So yeah, they're the centre-halves Man United have got. Obviously the right-backs we've got Diego Dalot. He's obviously our first choice right-back under Rangnick, and he's done really well in games this season, especially under Rangnick. Dalot was very good against West Ham recently. He's been subjected to transfer speculation before. Don't forget, last season Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, so he gained some experience. And the other right-back we've got is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Don't think he's good enough to represent the club. I think Man United are looking to sell him in the summer. Bissaka has obviously been out with COVID. Obviously the goalkeepers we've got is obviously De Gea, who's our first choice. De Gea deserves credit. He's done really well this season. De Gea is now back to his best. You know, our second choice goalkeeper is Dean Henderson. Good goalkeeper, but Man United need to get rid of him permanently this year because he doesn't get in goal much. And obviously our third choice goalkeeper is Tom Heaton. We got him last summer on a free transfer from Aston Villa. And just remembered, I forgot to mention Sancho as well. You know, Sancho's done nowhere near as well at Man United as a lot of Man United fans expected, but it does take some players time to settle in. Sancho's missed Man United's last 2 games due to personal reasons. So there you go. But like I say, you know, Rangnick, he's been Man United's interim manager for nearly 2 months. He's managed 10 games so far as Man United's interim manager, lost 1 game. As you all know, Rangnick will receive a £500,000 bonus if he leads Man United to a top 4 finish. Rangnick earns £180,000 a week. You know, if Rangnick can get Man United a top 4 finish, and if he can win a trophy, there is a chance that Man United will offer him the job on a permanent basis. But yeah, Rangnick is our interim manager till the end of the season, and it did say will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.